I think you could absolutely drive this.
On another note, we got a new camera.
Yeah.
And I mean, I need to work out anyway, but I'm gonna need to work out just to hold this, because I can like feel my arm just like, oh, and it's just gonna keep going down.
Yeah, no, I think. You ready? It's your first time riding in the rig.
I know.
Well, not totally fair. We did drive around the neighborhood one time.
That doesn't count.
That doesn't count. This is your first time actually, like, moving day. It's a moving day.
Yes, we're moving day.
Yeah, so the van has been stowed in a parking lot in between the campgrounds. The car is hooked up.
Yep.
And
it's a practice run for next weekend.
Ben is back there. Hi, Ben. Can you wave? Okay, Ben is playing the role of angry CEO, apparently.
Yes. That's weird.
Buy, sell, buy!
That's right.
Yep, okay. Yeah, so we're ready to go. Slides are in, everything's good to go, car is hooked up, lights are on and verified working.
Yes.
And the dog is shaking his little booties.
See Vector. He's not shaking. I think because I'm in here now.
Yeah, just that little 2-minute drive up here to hook the car up. He tried to climb up under my legs.
Yeah, you're okay.
Yeah. So, drive, lights are on, here we go.
Let's do it.
Nobody coming. It can get pretty noisy in here. I mean, we're sitting on top of the engine, and you know, this is the transmission hump, so it's all right there.
How is it back there, buddy? I'm ready. Got a thumbs up.
I'm sure there are plenty of rigs like this, but when it comes to looking left, that's the edge of the window. Like, I can't look left and see back, so I have to, like, to see back not in a mirror is really a struggle sometimes, especially when you have like a merge ramp that kind of comes in at like a wide angle. It's a really short drive today. It's basically 10 miles from one campground to another. We've done this drive a lot.
But not with me in the front seat.
Not with you in the front seat.
There's a lot to see when you sit in the front seat.
Oh, you mean the fact that you can see over everything in front of you?
Yeah. Like, that's really, really nice.
It is.
Sitting here,
keep talking. This is as loud as it gets with accelerating, so keep talking. Let's see.
Okay. So I think sitting here, I think I want to learn how to drive it.
Yeah.
I think that I'll be okay.
It's not hard. Look, you got 2 armrests. You just kind of The only time I've got after installing the steer safe, which made a world of difference.
Yeah.
The only time since then that it has been at all stressful is when there's a heavy crosswind.
Oh yeah, I won't be driving during that.
I don't care what kind of hardware you put on your rig. You are driving a 37-foot long, 12-foot tall wall.
Yeah.
So a side wind, it's, you know, it's not like,
intense.
oh my god, I'm flying off the road, but it's a lot more like you gotta focus and hold on tight and, you know.
I want to drive on the interstate. And I don't want to get off.
So do you like your new view?
I mean, it's quite lovely.
I mean, you can even see over trucks and SUVs, and
yeah,
we're up pretty high.
Definitely different than.
I wonder how high up we are, because my eyes are kind of level with the top of the mirrors, but I can walk under the mirrors, and I'm 6 feet tall. So,
yeah, so maybe 8 feet.
Yeah, 8 or 9 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fell asleep. Must be comfy.
Yeah, interesting sight.
Yeah, it is an interesting sight. Better than the other one they put us in.
Squeezing through there was fun. That was.
I saw that. You were swiping the top.
Yeah, but it curves, and then so it curves out on this side, but the other side is straight. So not too bad.
It'd be nice and shady in the front.
Yeah. So we need to figure out our process for like the unhooking the car. I think it worked because you went in and got us checked in. I came out, unhooked the car, and parked it.
Yeah.
So that worked, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
I like that I didn't have to do any of it.
Right. Well, unhooking it's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Engine's still running, so let's go ahead and get slides out and power and water and all that fun stuff.
Get it set up.
Alrighty. That's really far away.
Yeah.
The power. I record on a reel, it's fun.
Mm-hmm. Is it gonna like just barely? Oh, it reaches!
Wow. It's okay though, because we have a 15 or 20 foot extension. Because at the house in Colorado, the plug-in was up past the passenger front corner. So we were able to get the cord basically to the steps, and then we had to go a little bit farther. So I have it if we need it. Haven't needed it in the wild yet, just at the house.
In the wild.
In the wild. So, yep. Still using this thing.
Yeah. Hold on, just 1 second.
Yeah.
I need a tangent. Brian
Okay.
said in the wild, and
Oh yeah, we're literally in the wild here.
we are in the wild. I feel like we're gonna have some wildlife viewing while we're here.
I mean, I've seen herds of deer up in the front of the park where all of the apartments and stuff are. We're all hungry, buddy. I'm going.
Are you hungry?
Why don't people turn off breakers? I swear about 80% of the time when we come into a park and I open one of these, the breakers are on, which means people were disconnecting. Just turn your breakers off.
Yep.
It's safe. Pop is good.
Pop is good.
Yes, the pop is good, and there is no message here.
Oh, okay.
If this whole thing turns red, and there'll be an error message there if it's bad.
Okay.
The pop is everything.
What's good?
Yeah.
You can do what you need to do. Okay.
Keep the tension off of it. So that'll pop, and then that'll
Yes.
pop, and then the AC's will come on.
Wait. Oh, there it goes.
It'll pop. There goes the AC.
Mercy.
I've done this a few times.
Back there with his hot sauce. You guys can kind of see, we just roll the carpets up, put them there, so we got to put those out, and Ben's car seat is locked in there. You fell asleep on the way here. Was it comfortable riding back there? Yeah, that's good.
Moving the table,
Yeah. How far do you want it to go?
just so it's not in front of the bays. That's good. We don't really use these tables very much.
The children do.
Yeah, but we like having them just in case. And yeah, the kids will come out and do crafts and stuff.
Yeah, we only have one kid though right now. We told everybody that?
Yeah, we just have Ben for the next month.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah. So we'll get the girls back when we're up in Detroit, which is a few weeks from now.
Yeah.
So
They're with Grandma. Like we didn't just leave them somewhere.
yeah, they flew home to Virginia. So that was Ben's first ride in the motorhome. Mm-hmm. He looks comfortable.
Yeah, so comfortable that he fell asleep.
Yeah, it was a short drive. It's only 25 minutes, but this when we leave this coming Saturday, it's gonna be 2 long drive days, so
Yes.
probably be a little different. So, what are your thoughts on our seat solution?
So I think it's good because he's buckled in there really tight.
Yeah.
It's just like if he had been in the car, like he's cinched in there and it's no wiggling. And he's able to do the 5-point harness and everything.
Yeah.
He's really far away though.
Yes.
And so
yeah, probably about 20 feet away.
yeah. And today was fine because he was a little sleepy and he just fell asleep. And I think it'll be fine when the girls are in the car with him because or in the RV with him because he'll be entertained with them. But I might have to ride back there with him.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
There's going to be 4 long moving days before we have the girls again.
Right. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
And you can float. You can go back and forth.
I can pop back there and sit with him and then
Yeah.
come back up. So
But what has changed? So we did do a video
yes.
in the fall of 2019, so
Yeah.
almost 2 years ago
Right.
now. We started looking at Class C's because we were going to stay in Colorado before we had experienced a Colorado winter.
Right.
We were going to stay there and get a Class C to park in the driveway of the rental house for a few years and just use for weekend trips.
Right.
When we were researching that, you can go back and watch that video. When we were researching that, we kind of made the decision that Class A's were not an option
Right.
because of the kids.
Right. Because you can't always.
I got my arm.
You want to take a second?
Wow. We put that down and switch hands. Sorry.
That's
yeah.
okay. when we were looking at them, it just wasn't safe for the type of car seats we were using with the littles and the ease. It just wasn't safe.
Class A's.
The Class A's weren't. We have a Class A now that you can face forward in the dinette. And they're both in booster 5-point harnesses, so they're not as bulky as the like normal 5-point harnesses.
Because a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, they were both in the larger, non-convertible, non-booster seats.
Right.
We know a number of people that full-time in Class A's or travel in Class A's with kids in seats like that. It's their call. We didn't like those options.
No, we didn't. I wanted them to be in a 5-point harness just for safety. It just my peace of mind. Again, what you do is what you do with your kids, but this is what I'm going to do with mine. So. And
we did a little test before. I'm sweating like crazy.
You are. It's warm.
I'm sure the new camera will pick that up quite lovely. But we did a test before we kind of like pulled the trigger and made the decision to bring the car and all that. We put the car seats in. Or we put the boosters. We initially were like, let's just do the boosters. They're bigger.
The ones without the back, so you can just pop them up a little bit.
We put those in the dinette. I got them, cinched in and stuff. And then my concern there was no support on the shoulders.
Right.
Because I walked up behind Brooke, and so she was sitting in the seat, and I was like, okay, if I slam on the brakes, this is what's going to happen. And then that's her face hitting the table.
Hitting the granite table.
So we were like, boosters, not an option. So then we were like, can we make the boosters with the back, the boosters with the 5-point harness, which is what's in there now, which you just saw in the video. Could we make that work? Mm-hmm. And we were able to.
Yep.
So we're probably still going to get some flack because we have that video from 2 years ago and people think everything on YouTube happened the day they're watching it.
Right,
so they're going to see that video and then see our latest video with a kid.
Right.
And they're going to be like, what the heck, they're liars. Lots of stuff has changed between them.
And they're a lot bigger. They're definitely a lot bigger.
They can get themselves in and out. Because another concern was if something happened, if I drove off the side of the road and, tipped over, or if something happened and we weren't able to quickly get back to them, like if we were pinned up front or whatever, 2 years, a year and a half ago, they couldn't get themselves out of their seats.
Right.
We were still getting them in and out, especially Ben. Brooke was getting to the age where she could do it.
Right.
But Ben could not get himself out. Yeah. So that was another concern. We didn't want him to be trapped or relying on someone else to get out if he needed to quickly. So now
just all the things we were thinking about.
yeah. So things change.
Yep.
Circumstances change. We're happy with how hard we can get those things cinched down. I mean, they're not
wiggle
moving.
at all.
They're not moving anywhere.
And they can both front face.
They're both going to sit next to each other.
Because the car seats and boosters and all of that stuff are not rated to ride sideways or to ride backwards.
And a lot of motorhomes only have couch sideways seating or
right. And if they were still in those infant seats or the really big ones, we could have turned them around in the backward seat, and then they would have been backward facing and all that other kind of stuff.
Put the table down.
Yeah, it's just all different kinds of things. Yeah. But now they're all big. They meet the height and weight requirements for those booster seats. We can get them in there, and they have cup holders on those. They have places that they can be on the table, and I think it's going to work out.
Switch arms again.
Okay.
Gotta let that one wiggle out a little bit. Boy, man, if you, some of you are probably laughing at me like, what a weakling. Why don't you go grab something that weighs about 1.5 pounds or 2 pounds, and then just hold it out, straight arm for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as you think.
No.
So, I'm good with Saturday now.
Yeah, I'm glad that we did this test run today. We were just gonna hook up the car and just drive like I follow behind again, but I was like, let's just give it a test. Yeah. We have 10 miles to go. Let's do it where we know we can stop if we need to, and so I'm happy.
And you ended up putting Vector's bed under
my feet.
Under your feet, and he was fine there until we got here.
And I got out.
And we pulled up at the front. She went in to get us checked in. I popped out to unhook the car and pull it into the little parking lot. I came back in. Vector was a hot mess.
Oh my goodness.
He was like, "Oh my God, they left me. The engine's still. The world's gonna explode." He was.
A little anxious.
He's such a baby.
A little anxious.
He's great in the car.
Oh, he is.
He loves a car ride. Loves a car ride. But it's noisier.
It's
you know,
bigger.
he was definitely happy on his bed, because I know one thing he does get nervous about is when he has no traction with his paws.
Right. And we roll the carpets up, so there's no carpets on the ground. And
so he's like up front. He needs like he kept like adjusting and like contacting you. Like,
yes.
He was like
he had to have
his
like
head
his face
you.
on, like in between my legs, and it was.
Yeah. So even when we first started full timing, he was a little nervous in the truck. Because of how loud it was. But he got used to it really fast, and then was amazing.
Yeah, he was a great travel dog.
So I think he'll be good. Next video you see, we're on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, so get ready for some travel videos.
Summer caravan with the Roadrunners.
Yeah, so I hope you're in the mood for some travel videos, because that's what we're going to be doing for the next 8 weeks.
It is. It's going to be great. I'm excited.
It is. We're going to meet so many people.
I'm so excited.
Tons of people meeting up with us this summer. There is still time if you want to join the Roadrunners. You can see our route, and you can meet up with us. We're gonna be going right up and down the middle of the country. So
it's gonna be awesome.
So if you're interested in camping with us and quite a few other families, check it out.
Yeah.
See you in the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.